Hello everyone, it's Nurse Amy back on your screen. I hope you're doing well. Yes, I've got my winter vest on because it's really cold, okay? It's very cold out there. But maybe I'm exaggerating, maybe, but I get cold. So we have been doing the series of the benefits of body contouring. Now, for a lot of people, body contouring means just physical aspects of body contouring, trying to mold the body, trying to look beautiful, trying to look fit and toned and I guess sexy. And that's how people see body contouring. That's all they see about it. But I am here to tell you, or to dispel all that that information that is not only that. Now, you do get that and some. So yes, you do look sexy. Yes, you've got a toned body. Yes, you've got a contoured body. Yes, you look good the way you want to look good, but there is something actually happening also on the inside. So one of the things I'm going to talk about today is lowered insulin. Now, if you know the mechanism of how insulin works, you've got the insulin and you've got sugar. Now, for the layman, anyone who's not into science, when you have sugar, you eat and then, you get sugar in your body, in your bloodstream. To digest that sugar, you need insulin, right? So the body, there's a part in the body called the pancreas, will release insulin, and that in essence attacks the sugar and then brings it down, so that way you're not diabetic. Now, diabetic people are people who don't produce enough insulin, or they do produce insulin but it's not enough. Okay, now without going too much into science speak, you have diabetic 1, DM1, and then you have D2. D1 used to be called juvenile diabetes, okay? And that's essentially for people who are born without enough insulin produced. Now, D2 usually comes later in life, and then you find that a lot of the D2s is actually more popular. I mean, you can research, than the D1. It's getting more and more popular. Why? Again, it's tied to the food, the lifestyle, and all those good stuff. So the lowered insulin I'm going to talk about today, how body contouring actually ties into this, is, picture this. Body contouring is trying to lose fat pockets where they're harming you, either aesthetically or medically, okay, health-wise. So how does body contouring help you to have decreased insulin levels? So now, remember, I told you guys, and I have mentioned it somewhere in my videos here, but I'm going to quickly gloss over it. For a lot of us, you get to a certain age, there's what we call the middle age spread, right? Now, it can happen before your middle age. And what is middle age anyway? For some people, it's from about mid-40s and upwards. Some people it's 50 and upwards. And I have people actually thinking it's 40 and upwards. However, as you get older, you start to build fat. You have increased fat around your midsection. And what that does actually is it creates insulin resistance. So the more fat you have, the more insulin resistant you become, and the more the insulin gets into the sugar as it ought to, sugar or glucose, and then the more you become diabetic. So that's essentially how it is. And I can talk more about this, but I just want to quickly gloss over this. And if you want me to talk about this further, leave comments and let me know. So what causes that fat spread around here? It has also to do with our cortisol. The cortisol hormone is actually what's responsible for our fight or flight. So I'm going to tie it to stress. So when you're stressed, what happens? Fight or flight hormone kicks in. And that fight or flight is also the one that produces fat, that gives us that whole cushion around here at mid-level. So if you're doing body contouring services and you're reducing your, I hope this video didn't pause because a text just came on my screen. So if you reduce the fat deposits around your midsection, then it follows that the insulin resistance that the fat was giving you before, it's reduced, and then the insulin increases. And so when it increases, it can then attack the glucose, right? And then your diabetes level or reading comes down. Does that make sense? I know it's kind of like, but just take a minute to see this. Again, I'm not going into too much health speak. I'm trying to explain it as simple as I can. So if you want to know more about the benefits, just click below. I'm leaving a link to a free ebook that I'm just having you read, and you can pass on to any of your colleagues, friends, family, and what have you. Because I really want to let people know that it's not so much the physical aspect that we're into. I do body contouring because it has also helped me in reducing my insulin levels. I had to slim down my midsection, never mind my limbs, like, oh, well, she looks all skinny and what have you. People need to understand this. Having diabetes or having high insulin levels has nothing, well, no, it does have something to also do with your fat deposit, but it's also not about size necessarily, okay? So in me trying to combat my insulin levels or my diabetes, I had to target my midsection. Again, I told you guys, when you're a certain age or you have some kind of lifestyle or habits that has you putting on pounds around your midsection, well, then your insulin level is going to increase, thereby giving way to diabetes. Okay, so that's why body contouring for me wasn't just to combat pain, which I have shared with you guys, but it also was something I incorporated into my lifestyle. A lot of the body contouring services to help me lessen my fatty area in my midsection. You need to understand this. Fatty section, it's a way that the body is fighting stress. So the more stress you have, the more you're going to build around here. So a lot of my clients sometimes just carry this stress. And I tell them, it's not easy, but we're going to have to tackle stress. We're going to have to find ways to circumvent stress, because the more stressed you are, the more you're going to pad on. Remember, padding and having fat around us is not necessarily a bad thing for the body. The body wants to pad you up. So you have to find a way to work with the body so you're not constantly fighting a losing battle. So stress is one you've got to take care of, find ways. Heavy, deep breathing, trying to organize, put things in priority. Have an accountability partner, have someone that's working with you that can help you organize. You've got to find a way. Another thing is lifestyle. You've got to change your lifestyle, your eating habits, your sleeping habits. Those things are part of life. You having work or having a job and working at it and not loving it and what have you, all those things are part of life. You've got to find a way to deal with it. And then also medications. So you got to look at, it's holistic. I always tell people my service that I offer here at Glam Care is very holistic. I'm looking at you all round, physical and mental. So if you want to know more about the benefits of body contouring, I'm leaving a link down below where I'm giving out a free ebook, and it essentially covers what, in my own experience, what I've experienced by myself and also with my clients. So until I come your way again, please be safe out there, be warm and be kind. Pay it forward. It actually comes back to bless you. So why not? I'll see you in the next video.